Hello and welcome to a very special Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport update. This is the third update of Minneapolis-St. Paul. The time for this one is 8:11 p.m. on the 4th of February 2022. We'll start here with this Delta Connection CRJ 700 operated by SkyWest. This one came in from Bemidji and will be heading out to Grand Forks. Only one aircraft in the A concourse, and there's also only one aircraft in the B concourse, and it is this Delta Connection CRJ 200 operated by Endeavor Air. This one came in from Appleton and will be heading out to Cedar Rapids. Just landing on runway 30 right, we have this Air Canada A220-300. This one is filling in for an Embraer 175. I also have an Air Canada CRJ 900 in the 1/500 scale, and you'll see them switch off every so often, but here we have the A220 landing in from Toronto. And for the second update in a row, we have a packed RJ section. Actually, for this airport update, we have a full house in the C concourse. So that's pretty cool. We'll start in the back there with this SkyWest CRJ 700. Of course, the actual aircraft operates for American Airlines, but here I'm using it in place of a Delta CRJ 900. This one came in from Minot and will be heading out to Memphis. Moving into the middle ground here, we have a Delta Connection CRJ 900 operated by Endeavor Air. This one came in from Bentonville and will be heading out to Toronto. And on the right here, we have another Delta CRJ 900. This one is operated by SkyWest, and this one came in from Sioux Falls, or JJ Skibby's airport, and will be heading out to Green Bay. And the last of the C concourse, we have this Delta Connection CRJ 700 in the foreground. This one is operated by Endeavor Air. This one came in from Chicago Midway, and we'll be heading back out there. And in the back, we have a Delta A220-300 in place of a A319. This one came in as flight 2377 from CLT, Charlotte Douglas, and we'll be heading out to DFW. Pushing back out of Echo 10, we have this United A319 in the Evo Blue livery. This one came in from Newark and is just pushing back for Newark. In the F concourse, we have two Delta wide-body aircraft, both Darrins, unfortunately. Right here we have a Delta 767-300. This one came in from MCO Orlando, and its flight out got canceled, so it'll be staying over for 2 days, and it will be heading out to Atlanta on the 6th of February. For the back, we have the Delta A350. I did purchase a Delta A330-300, the NG model version, so that should be coming in. That'll be a big help here at MSP, because we don't get the A350s anymore. We used to get them from Seoul, but of course that service has stopped for the time being. But I will be getting the A330 in soon. This one is filling in for an A330. This one came in from Atlanta, and we'll be heading back out there. Yet another Darren. We have this Delta 737-300 just pulling off the runway. Just landed in from Las Vegas. I was able to get all of the models in the G concourse on one shot, but you wouldn't get much of any view of the models in the back. So I'll just focus on this KLM A330. We get KLM service about every other day, I think, every other night. This one is just pushing back for Amsterdam, of course. This one's in the 95th anniversary livery. The actual aircraft was a 7879, which is the aircraft that we most often get. We also get, rarely, but also bizarrely, we get some KLM Asia 777-200s. I've seen those on Flight Radar sometimes. We don't really get the A330s anymore. We used to, but not really anymore. But anyways, this one is just pushing back for Amsterdam. Moving on with the rest of the G concourse, we have this Delta 737-900 with split Scimitar winglets. This one came in from Liberia, Costa Rica, and will be heading out to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Here's the model that I'm using for another Delta 737-900. I know it's a Darren that looks like a 787, but it's just what we have to use for now. Like I said, I do have some Delta models on order, so hopefully this can be avoided in the future. But for now, I'm using this as a Delta 737-900. This one came in from Punta Cana, and we'll be heading back out there. We will conclude the G concourse with this Delta A321. This one came in from Tampa, and we'll be heading out to Los Angeles, LAX. We have two Sun Countries parked here in Terminal 2. The one in the Tide Pod livery, as they say, came in from Montego Bay, and we'll be heading out to LAX. And the one in the older livery, the Darren model, came in from Punta Cana, and we'll be heading out to Phoenix. Taxiing out to the runway, we have this Southwest 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. This one is heading out late to Chicago Midway. And now we got a really old Darren UPS 747-400 that's tail heavy. This is one of my first Darren models ever, and it didn't really stand the test of time, but it's the only UPS 747 that I have, so we're going to use it. This one came in from Louisville, and we'll be heading back out there. And we'll finish the update here at the FedEx side of the cargo apron. We'll start with the Darren 777F, FedEx 777F, of course filling in for the 767-300. Now it came in from Memphis, and we'll be heading back out there. And now, this one's pretty interesting. I'm actually going to zoom in on it here. But we have this, get a little bit better. There, we had this FedEx or Mountain Air Cargo ATR 72. This one came in from Duluth. We'll be heading back out there. We actually get the ATR 42s, but the only one I have is an ATR 72, so that's what I'm using. But it's really cool. I'm really glad I have this model. But anyways, this one came in from Duluth, and we'll be heading back out there. And that is where I'll leave you for this update. Good night. Auf Wiedersehen.